This is a public service announcement. Beep! Okay, this is a public service announcement for everybody that follows Turtle Boy and thinks that just because he says something happened, it happened, and just because he says something didn't happen, it didn't happen. It's hilarious. I'm sitting here listening to this reporter Machado talking about, well, I never saw this, and I never saw that. That never happened. And this is the bullet point talking point for all of these lunatics that are literally brainwashing you folks. I am a true crime junkie, okay? I am probably the smallest YouTube channel on the streets of YouTube. If you want the truth, I will not charge you a single penny, not one penny, nothing, not one penny, and I will spend every bit of time that I need to spend to explain to you what the actual factual truth is in this case. But I warn you, it's not sexy. It's not spicy. Well, it's spicy in the sense that there's a lot of anger and vitriol, but it's not a sexy Netflix movie. It's not. It's a really sad domestic violence breakup tragedy. And it's a really simple case. And so if you want the truth, please come and visit me. I will give you the truth. I will serve it to you for free. For free, y'all. Now one little penny needs to come out of your pocket. Now one. And I do my shit for free, y'all. What do you think about that? Alright, so here's a dog. A large breed dog. Okay? Happens to be a dog that has very large canine teeth. So American Standard Dog Training, I say shame on you. You are grifting. You are so full of shit, and you should be so ashamed of yourself. You are, I don't understand it. What in the actual fuck are you doing? Making a YouTube video talking about these are dog bites. Are you fucking kidding me, yo? I've had dogs my entire life. And I've had German Shepherd breeds my entire adult life. Okay? I have trained all of my dogs since I was in middle school myself. So I'm also a dog trainer, but I don't train other people's dogs. I train my dogs, okay? I will train other people's dogs. I've helped, but that's not my profession. But I know my dogs. Okay, you like dogs? You like dogs? I like dogs. These marks on John O'Keefe's arm are not, let me repeat that, they are not dog teeth, dog claws, dog anything. And if you want to argue with me about it, let's argue. Because there are no other marks on John O'Keefe's other side of his arm. If a dog bit this man's arm, y'all see his sweatshirt? There's holes in that sweatshirt. Okay? If those holes got in that sweatshirt, they must have got there from Chloe's teeth, right? Because she bit his arm. So if she bit his arm and she bit through his sweatshirt, that would mean that there would be DNA on that sweatshirt. Right? Nah. Chloe, she had a little birdie friend with her. See, she's got a little parakeet that she likes to, she flies around with and it rides on her little back like Tweety Bird and Snoopy. Okay? Fuck, I don't even remember what the name of that bird was. It's a cute name, but I'm going to call him Tweety Bird. Tweety Bird riding around with Snoopy and Chloe. And that little birdie took that little birdie beak and she pulled up that sweatshirt so he wouldn't get any DNA on that sweatshirt. But then how in the actual hell did those holes get in his sweatshirt? Well, you see, I think that, God, I don't know, maybe Tweety Bird's beak? She must have been sitting there like a Woody Woodpecker, fucking nose boppling away and poking holes in that sweatshirt. Well, then wouldn't there be bird DNA on that sweatshirt? I thought they found pig DNA on that sweatshirt. No, they found pig DNA on that sweatshirt. That's what I said. Okay. You know where you get pig DNA? You get pig DNA from bacon. You know what bacon is made from? It's made from pig. You know what John O'Keefe ate at the bar that night? He had some potato skins with bacon. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I sure as fuck don't see John O'Keefe being all dainty and shit and cutting up his baked potatoes with bacon and butter and sour cream. I don't see him being all dainty about it. And using a little knife and a little tiny fork and just sitting there and cutting it up like a little dainty boy. I just don't see it. Do you? Do you think he did that? Because I sure as fuck don't. I'm pretty sure that he ate those things like a man eats those things, and he picked them up and fucking put them in his mouth. So, I don't know. I just thought I had a pig in my backyard. I found out it was a possum. I literally came in here and told my husband that we had a pig in our yard. Because my dog was barking his face off out there. See, my dog has got a doggy door, so he goes outside as much as he wants. And he keeps guard over our house in case anybody's gonna come over here and try to start some shit with me. So he's keeping guard. And when he sees something he doesn't like, he lets his mama know. You know what he let his mama know? He fucking woke my ass up at 3 o'clock in the morning like we were getting invaded by frickin' North Korea coming up here and shit. You know what it was? Well, I couldn't figure it out. I thought it was a fucking pot-bellied pig, because all I could see was this, it looked like pig skin and pigtail. And it was the middle of the night, and it's dark as fuck back there. So, anyway, I came back in the house, and I got my flashlight. And I went back out there, and my dog, he was not letting this poor animal out of his sight. He was making sure that motherfucker wasn't gonna fuck with anybody in this house, you see? It was actually really, really adorable, because he's just trying to protect his family. But he wasn't gonna hurt anybody. He wasn't gonna hurt what I thought was a little piggy. And this is actually a true, I swear to God, story, okay? I literally thought there was a potbelly pig in our yard, and I thought, what in the hell? And my husband's like sleeping, and he just didn't want to wake his sleepy brain up, so he was just not dealing with it and giving me the who knows, I'll deal with it in the morning routine. And I was like, but this thing is making noises, and I'm an animal lover, so I can't. I'm like, God, I don't know if this thing is injured. I have to go check, but what if it bites me and da-da-da-da-da. Well, so anyway, I finally got back up there. And it was a possum. This freaking thing was as big as a small pig, though. I mean, it was crazy. But it was a possum. Okay, my dog is a guard dog. German Shepherds are by nature guard dogs. But they do not bark at just anybody that they know coming into the house. My dogs would never bark at my sister or my sister-in-law, okay? Not a chance in hell. And they don't even know them that well because they hardly ever see them, okay? Never. If my dogs know you, they're not going to do that. This was a creature that my poor dog had no... He's like, what in the actual fuck are you? What are you? And he does what good guard dogs do, and he held him there. He didn't, like, physically hold him there. He just held him there with his, like, stature and his bark, and he said, don't fuck with my family, because I will fuck you up. You get any closer, son. That's what he said. I heard him. He whispered it in my ear later. All right, guys, I'm serious. This is honest to God a public service announcement. Like, this is a true story that I'm telling you right now, okay? And I'm also, I'm going to show you a picture right here at the end before I go that's going to show you where those marks came from. Turtle Boy, if you are so positive that you are correct, which I know that you're not because I have done my homework, and it is very clear to see when people actually go and look for the truth. So all of y'all that just want to turn this poor man's death into a soap opera, please stop. I am begging you to stop. It is inappropriate. It is completely untrue. This entire bill of goods that Turtle Boy has showed you is completely fabricated. And he has everybody brainwashed. And you can literally, I'm begging you to go listen to the very first video that I put out on this YouTube channel, which was like the very first day of Karen Read's trial. I posted my very first podcast ever, okay, because I was like going through it, and it was like the veil was lifting already. First day of trial, opening statements. We all heard Lally's statements. It was not Lally's opening statement that made me come to this realization. I mean, it was part of it, but it really was not. It was like 1% of it, because I had no idea what the fuck he was talking about, because I didn't know all the players in the game, and it was too confusing. So if you wanna actually like have a debate with an intelligent person and stop gaslighting, because I'm not gonna let you gaslight me, Turtle Boy. I'm just not. You can swear, you can cuss, you can fucking do whatever you want, but you gotta answer questions with actual answers and not with another question. Okay, and I will answer your questions. So I challenge you to invite me onto your stream for all of your viewers to see, to go over the facts that you have sold all of these people and ripped off all of their money. Boys and girls, Turtle Boy is going to prison. He is going to prison. You will see as this trial and or case and or whatever it's going to turn into unfolds. The only way I could ever see him not going to prison is if he throws Karen Read under the bus. And even then, the amount of chaos that this man has incited along with Karen Read, it's literally American, like, terrorism in America. America against America. He's incited it with Karen. I mean, they literally work in tangent. With the defense, the Karen Read family, Turtle Boy. And I can prove it. And so can the courts. So if you want to have an argument about it, come and argue with somebody who's got facts. No gaslighting, no avoiding questions. And if you don't, then we all know what the answer is. Okay? Because we know you're not shy. You're not shy. You don't back down, right? You're a tough guy. You're a big, tough guy. So if you're so tough and you're so right and you're so in the correct on this, you and Jessica Machado, who is also gaslighting all of you, because I really can't believe that an investigative reporter really hasn't sussed this out yet, because I'm not an investigative reporter either. But I am a true crime junkie, and I know how to look for evidence. But I think even people that, this could be their first court case ever, and with just a tiny bit of direction would be able to figure this out pretty quickly. So I challenge you, Turtle Boy. Bring me on. Let's have a debate. And please, all y'all that are paying for his bail money and his defense and Karen Read's defense, you are literally paying for a murderess and a terrorist and another terrorist. It is not healthy. This is like black ops kind of shit. Like, what do they call that? Psyops? Yeah, it's psyops. Because, like, literally, go listen to my first podcast, because it's like, I can see how people can believe this. Like, I can see it. I can follow it. It makes sense a little bit until it completely fucking falls apart. Completely shatters. It all falls apart. All right, so I hope you take me up on my challenge, Turtle Boy, and all you turtle riders out there, you keep him accountable. I'm not going to hurt anybody. I'm just going to use my words. So I am going to leave y'all with a very beautifully put together intro. This comes from Boundless Millennial. And he has put together this intro from the week of the forensics. That was a big week for the Commonwealth. But it's just like we serve you facts, and you just want to gaslight, and it just baffles the mind how people eat this up. This is not an action thriller movie. This is not a soap opera. This was a very good man's life and a completely torn apart community because one woman hit her boyfriend, left him, knows she hit her boyfriend, because you can't tell me with everything she had going on in that car. Plus, there's evidence that she knows that she hit him. Okay? So, if you want that evidence, come on over. Yeah. This was a big week. Let's leave you with this outro. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I beg of you to ask questions. Do not believe everything you see and or hear on the internet. 99% of it is fucking bullshit. Unless you're watching reputable people. Okay? People who care about integrity, truth, honor, justice. There are so many families that have been persecuted. And John's family, listen to my other material. I'm not going to go into all of that. But let me leave you with this. Please watch.
Well, what a day.
I did not kill John O'Keefe. I've never harmed a hair on John O'Keefe.
She was in a relationship with Mr. O'Keefe that morning, meaning the 28th of January. She got into a fight with Mr. O'Keefe over what the the niece and nephew were being fed for breakfast, or what they had for breakfast. She met Mr. O'Keefe at CF McCarthy's, and she was drinking vodka soda.
Did you ever feel you were overserved that night, as
No,
they say?
no.
To the Waterfall restaurant, at which point she was asked if she left CF McCarthy's with a beverage or a container from that establishment, to which point she stated that she did not. She also confirmed that Mr. O'Keefe did not have any injuries on him when she interacted with him at CF McCarthy's or the Waterfall. He did not get into any verbal or physical altercations with anyone to have sustained those injuries. She stated that once at the Waterfall, they stayed for approximately an hour, hanging out with acquaintances.
I said, can we make sure we're welcome here?
She drove them to a location in Canton,
So I pull at the foot of the driveway. It's snowing.
where she dropped Mr. O'Keefe off.
Up the driveway and approaches the side door. And as I see him approach the door, I look down at my
He
phone.
was asked if she saw Mr. O'Keefe walk into the home at 34 Fairview, and she stated she did not. She stated that she made a three-point turn after dropping him off and left.
We don't need to promote the three-point turn story.
Asked if she knew how she found out about the damage to her vehicle, to which she stated, quote, "I don't know, it happened last night," end quote.
Dad, I think I struck something. I said, what do you mean, struck something? Right, this was in the hospital. Right, he says, I remember, all right, backing up and hitting something.
And then it was piece E from item 3-3 from the bump.
All right, y'all. This is really important here. Okay, this was not a pig. It was not a Tweety bird. And it sure as fuck was not a dog. Pay very close attention. I will even pause it for you.
For the defendant's vehicle that was found to be consistent with clear glass that was found on the ground at 34 Fairview Road, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Section of that tail light that was missing completely, correct?
Correct.
Which state trooper was it that delivered that?
Let's rewind that clip, shall we?
What do you mean, struck something? Right, this was in the hospital. Right, he says, I remember, all right, backing up and hitting something.
And then it was piece E from item 3-3 from the bumper of the defendant's vehicle that was found to be consistent with clear glass that was found on the ground at 34 Fairview Road, correct?
Yes, that's correct.